Appreciate it, bro. Yeah, bro. Malcolm, man, it's on me, bro.
Part of it is like the producer. Or
Yeah,
like,
no, for sure, for sure. Well, yeah, that's what we were talking about. Yeah, we shot the video for Up yesterday. We were literally talking about like production and stuff like that, and yeah, it was cool. It was a cool convo.
I mean, my brother told me. So my brother, he's not like the creative one in this, but he told me a long time ago. He was like, Mike, you need to, when I was back doing a lot of stuff, you need to find a rapper producer to go lock in on. Like, you two need to like link up and like merge together, because that's like how the shit pops, and it's like, you can finally get people who are like, kind of like what Malcolm was talking about, like you get on the wavelengths with them.
Yeah,
and it's
for
crazy.
sure.
It's
for
crazy,
sure.
just how it all happens kind of organically.
For sure. And the crazy thing too about me and Malcolm is like we were in a band before this, so like. Yeah, so I play drums. Yeah, Malcolm plays guitar, also sing. I mean, yeah, he does everything. Right. We all kind of do a little bit of everything, but like being able to develop our like glue like through that and then like put it into the music is like has been a really cool journey. So
well, people can hear that shit too.
Yeah,
because like that's where the quality comes in.
Yeah,
like, people nowadays
think so.
are like, you can quality is so easy to fake nowadays. But like if you can actually like get the talk about AI and shit too, and we'll talk about that too.
Yeah, we'll definitely we have words for that. I got a lot to say about that. This joint, hopefully it ages well.
Oh, no,
hopefully it ages well.
It's crazy because, and I'm, granted, this is probably gonna stay in, but
yeah, no, you're good. I'm chilling, bro.
A lot of the demos that are being done nowadays are AI.
That yes, my friend writes, and she was telling me that she'll write like a full song, and they will just AI, like if they want it for like a male artist, she will sing it, but they'll AI her. And then send it to him and be like, oh, what would it look like if Shabuzi sounded like this or
even worse, dude.
Whoever.
What they're doing is they'll get the music done. Like they'll soon know the song and get the track and get the audio, and then they'll bring real players and like actually cut what the AI did.
That's crazy, bro. That's so backwards, bro.
It's fucked up.
That's so backwards.
It's nuts.
That's so backwards. That's wild.
It's disgusting, dude.
It's just like it's seriously like what a full like fucking reverse.
It's crazy, bro. It's so crazy.
It's like the opposite full circle moment. It's like, oh shit, we're fucked.
It's like they're the brains now. It's like that's just sick,
terrible,
bro.
Dude. What's up, Jordan?
What's up, dog? Good. How about you, bro?
I didn't mean to get too deep into it, but cool. This is also kind of a unique one because we've never met in real life before.
Yeah,
like,
for sure, for sure.
Time, like I've never spoke to Malcolm or anything before.
But this is the first
we
time.
Connected. We did connect to Dante's thing, but this is like where we get
a for sure. But it was a very brief it was like yo, what's up? Nice to meet you in person, and then like literally like onto whatever was next.
Because we probably met like in Kayvon's Discord.
I think so. I think so. I was talking to like some of my friends. I was trying to remember like when did we like connect for the first time? Because I feel like I've been following you for like years, bro.
I think it was Kayvon's because I remember you and Qualls are from Nashville.
Yeah,
and I was like, oh,
Qualls
shit,
is fire, by the way.
Like,
Qualls is crazy,
nuts.
bro. Yeah, Qualls got a show.
Qualls,
you got a show tonight.
Gathering show at the main one. I'm gonna try to be out there. I'm gonna try.
Yeah, I think we might try to slide out there too. We'll try to figure it out.
I might go for like 30 minutes, but just because I'm a grandpa. I go to sleep at 7:30.
I feel no, that's healthy. That's like actually healthy, bro.
I was telling my friend, I was
that's
like,
good.
He was like, I'm trying to get he was like, bro, all the cool shit happens at night. So it's like, I'm kind of, I wish I could be in the realm of it.
It does, but that sleep tax, like you can't get that.
No, it's
like
true.
once it's gone, bro.
No, I used to work the overnight shift at not the overnight shift, but I get to Kroger at like 3 a.m. back before I used to work here. Yeah, and so I would wake up at 1, and like this was back when I was like cutting beats. So I make a lot of beats and all that.
Yeah, because you do DJ mixes and all that.
And also to that time I was like, oh, I'm on some shit. Like nobody's awake at this time. Like I'm out here on some shit they can't understand. And then I'd be like,
I'm grinding.
No, about to say, I'm making $7.50 an hour, baby. I'm cutting these beats, baby. And no, it was just like, oh, okay, like. That sleep tax was like when it really hit me. It's like, oh, like I'm 5 years removed and like I'm exhausted all the time.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro. No, he catches up with you.
Yeah. I guess to start, where are you from originally?
Yeah.
Like, talk about your upbringing.
So from Baltimore, Maryland, Baltimore County. I always say Baltimore because like Baltimore County doesn't really matter. But yeah, from Baltimore County, Maryland. Born and raised there. Moving to Nashville was my first move. So I've literally been in Baltimore my whole life. And the thing about Maryland that's really cool is like it's so small. So, like, you could go to, like, New York in, like, 4 hours. And you could go to Virginia in, like, an hour. And you could go to, like, PA, which is where Malcolm is from. That's, like, an hour, less than an hour, 30 minutes. It just depends. So, like, I feel like growing up there was super cool. And there's so many, like, just different influences. Like, even in Baltimore, there's, like, beaches and mountains and cities and suburbs. And, like, there's, like, bunch of like billionaires there, and then there's also just like the poorest like parts of America are like in there too. Like it's wild. So But yeah, coming up, I was homeschooled about the whole time, all the way through, which is great. Were you homeschooled too?
No, I wish. I should have been, bro. I was crashing out in school, man. That was not a good time.
Nah, it was crazy. It was cool, and like looking back on it, like I definitely enjoyed it as it was happening. But there was times where I was like, man, like should I? When you get older and you just like have more friends and people, you meet other people, you understand like, yo, this is not like normal. And because it's not normal, you're just like, oh, I just want to like go to school, whatever. But like looking back, like what that really gave me was like time and space. And I thank God for my parents too, because they're both creatives. My dad plays bass and drums, and my mom like is a writer and acts and it does all that. So like,
hey, you're from the lineage.
Yeah, wow. Bro. Yeah, bro. And they're kind of like the first and like only in their family. Well, not only, but like they're one of the few I'll say in their family that actually like were artistic. So that's like crazy too.
And like broke out to like do it as their own career.
Not career, but just definitely like made time for their hobby and like really put like a lot of effort and like intention on like, yo, let's play here. Let's do a play here. Let's like play bass for that person. Like my mom's like, I'm writing for this person. Like they definitely had a certain amount of like protection and like care like for their craft, and that was really cool to just be a part of that growing up, you know. So like before I was like born, my dad is like beatboxing into my mom's like stomach and stuff like that, bro. Like I was like a kid, I couldn't even walk, and he put like drumsticks in my hand. Like it was just very much like, this is what you're about to do. And like it's one of those things, is like, is that nature or nurture? Like I don't know, but like I know the result of it and I love it, you know. Maybe it was because of that or maybe it wasn't, but I have no idea. But like it's fire though, and it really gave me like a sense of like, okay, creative things are normal. Like they're not something that is inaccessible. It's not something that you can't pursue. And I like really thank God for my parents, because they never made it seem like a dumb decision or like you shouldn't do that, you're gonna be broke, or you're not good enough. They were always like, no, you could do it. Like literally, like my whole life, you could do it. Like you could do it. And like I think that just instilled in me a lot of like drive and like self-motivation to be like, I will look insane for this, but I believe this joy is gonna happen. It is happening. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Yeah, that's kind of the first part. You want me to keep on going?
No, I think the talking about nature versus nurture, I think it's really both. Because like I mean, it was probably a lot of nurturing, like probably self-nurturing from your parents' side, just to be like, okay, this is like the ecosystem we're going to create, just like in our lives, and then having a child, you're going to be in that ecosystem. Yep. So you guys talk about being in a band. Was that like the first music thing you jumped into? So I grew up in church too. So my dad like drums, bass in church. My mom. Yeah, bro. My mom like acting like monologues and stuff in church, and like the church that I grew up at called themselves a creative arts church. So there was like a heavy emphasis on like anything creative. Like there was one Sunday where they did this, like they pretty much, it was a sermon and the pastor preached, and then he like went into the like pretty much backstage, but they kept this mic on. It had a whole script, so it kind of like broke like a fourth wall type thing where people thought like, oh, like what's going on? Like his mic is still on, but it was actually like part of like the service. Yeah. So it was just like crazy stuff like that. Like, so yeah, I came up in that, and I was in the youth band, and then eventually like I would play with my dad on Sundays, and like that was really for me, I think, where musically I like grew like crazy. Like as a kid, playing with them and learning and kind of experimenting with everything was dope, but like really being in that like church setting where it's like, yeah, there's drummers and there's guitar players up here that tour, and that's what they do, and they're coming here on Sundays and playing. Church musicianship, that's like the fire.
It's crazy. It's crazy.
Fire. Did you come up in the new?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. There's a certain amount too of like, you know, connected to God or connected to each other. There's an energy there that you have to like feel out. It is very abstract. It's like we're starting this song, and we might end on a whole different song, but you just gotta be like ready, and you really have to be very like responsive.
It's like jazz.
It is. It's like a very like emotional, like in touch, in tune with the music type thing, and it teaches you like abstract things that like in my opinion, go into like music school.
Like go to a guitar lesson. Is not
it
maybe can't
give you that experience, or maybe can't like tune you to that frequency of just being like locked in with the music in that way.
It's learning the language.
Yeah, really. It's like for real learning the language. And yeah, man, it was crazy. It was it was a lot of growth and a lot of like flat out some days some Sundays I'd be like, bro, like I did not do
what
well.
The hell just
like
happened?
I'd be like, bro, I have no like I literally ended up off beat sometimes some Sundays, like especially started out, bro. That was hard. Like we're playing different stuff too, because not only like was my church creative arts church, it was also like multicultural and like non-denominational. So we are flat out
everything.
We are playing like Led Zeppelin type rock joints, literally going into something. We did I remember one Sunday for offering we did All Right Kendrick, so we're playing like hip hop music, just instrumental but just hip hop music in there.
What a great system to come up.
It's crazy. It's something that I didn't like. It's again one of the things of like you're a kid so you don't know what's normal. And it's like I'm just coming up in this joint like, yeah, this is cool. Damn. And I'm not understanding like what that was preparing me for, like how that's built me as like just a creative and even just a person too. It again one of those things of like thank God for my parents and thank God for like just the path of it, because without that, it's not normal. It's not
natural. But
it's not normal. Like I enjoyed going to church as a kid. Like I really, because it was creative and it's dope. It's like this is awesome. Like I'm seeing plays and I'm seeing like again I'm playing drums and I'm learning about new music and there's cool stuff happening that I haven't seen because I just love creative stuff and I don't know that as a kid, but it's like, man, I enjoy going here. And like my friends like I hate church and I'm like, oh, church is like that for y'all. It's very different.
It's very when I was going as a kid, it was very militant.
Exactly, bro. Exactly. There was just like an amount of freedom and like just expression that was like welcome, which was really cool.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, you had a hell of a growing up.
Yeah, it's crazy. Even talking about it now, it's like, that is wild,
that's
bro.
Sick, dude. Because
that is wild.
Because I remember talking to Hare, Wittery West.
Yeah.
Like, as long as I just needed, or maybe some of us who were, in the teenage years when we were being like, okay, we don't know what's natural. We just need one or two people to be like, okay, like, you're doing good.
Exactly.
Like, keep it up.
Exactly. Yeah. You just need that like encouragement. And again, like,
you just have encouragement. You had a whole ecosystem.
I had a whole ecosystem.
That's crazy.
And like, again, whether how much of it was intent, like I don't know if my parents were gonna do this in hopes that he would again, but it's just like the thing of like it happened and like there's so much that I've learned and so much that again is just second nature that I wouldn't realize until later, like, playing with Malcolm and like eventually like, started rapping and producing and that like, oh, I just like am a little more attuned to this than maybe just the average person because of my come up, which is crazy.
Perfect segue.
Yeah, no.
So you're in this creative ecosystem.
Yes,
you're playing and it's not like militant music.
No,
it's
at all.
It's
not at
things.
all. Very free spirit.
So you're kind of, and I guess because I get my age, is 14? That's like freshman year of high school.
Yeah,
maybe?
14's freshman.
So
yep.
y'all were linking up around then, like starting this band. Or was that a little beforehand?
So my path. So I was in church. I played through high school, and then once I got to college age, I took like a year off. I didn't go to college. I was just working. And I worked at Chick-fil-A, funny enough. And a homie, Danny, shout out Danny, because homie is responsible for all of this, and I don't even know if he knows this.
Breaking news.
It's crazy. But one of my coworkers was like, yo, because he knew I played drums. Like I would tell him like, yo, we're doing this. Like my church did like an offering album that's just like all instrumentals and stuff. So I was like recording stuff and sharing it with him and talking. It was cool. And he was like, yo, one of my homies, Isaac. They're like, yo, like you're in this band, they're looking for a drummer. And at that point, I remember talking to my mom. I didn't want to share this. I was talking to my mom, and it was right before I did like a year of like college, but it was right before I was like, let me actually try to pursue music. And I talked to her. She was like, do you really want to do this? Again, because like now I'm going from being a kid, I'm just having a good time with it. Now it's like I'm an adult and I actually have to like put work into this. It's a little different. And she's like, if you really want to do this, like you really have to be ready to like go crazy. Like you're gonna have to put that work in. Like she was very serious. Like you have to put that work in. And I was like, yeah, I gotta do this. And like, so after that convo, I'm in the mode of like, bro, like whatever opportunity comes, I just gotta take it and go. Like I'm not even really thinking too much. Of course, if something's not good or if it doesn't feel right, I'm not good. But I'm not thinking too much on like I want this type of thing. I'm just like,
good on you having the wherewithal too.
I really don't. I'm just like, I have to because I'm not going to college. I don't want to do a regular path in life. Like I have to figure this out. So when Danny's talking to me about Malcolm and talking to me about the band and everything. He's like, yo, they need a drummer. I'm like, bet, okay. Let me just pull up. And he's like, yeah, like I'll talk to them on Connect, John, like just audition. And I literally pulled up. I met Malcolm. Malcolm came to the door. I used their front door, which apparently nobody uses the front door.
I'll be honest, it's kind of ominous. It's kind of an ominous front door.
He goes to the back.
He showed up. Like, mind you, drove like an hour.
Yeah, they were an hour away. They were an
like
hour
an hour
away,
to
bro.
a random person's house.
Had no idea who they were. I'd never even.
And he's telling you, don't go through the front.
No, they didn't even tell me. I pulled up to the front.
Showed up, and I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up? Come on in."
It was literally crazy.
Yeah.
I just like walked in. I'm like, okay, met everybody. And,
how old were you at this time? Sorry.
Man, that was 2016. I was like 19.
Wow.
I was 19. Yeah, I was. Man, that was. Dang, yeah, we were. Yeah, man, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I was 19, so I'm just like out in PA, an hour away from my crib, just like at just this. I had no idea who these people are. I literally know them from a dude that I trusted, but it's like looking back, like y'all could have been anybody. I could have got set up.
No, it
could have been. I could have been.
I mean,
terrible.
you're in the middle of nowhere. Like, is it Lancaster?
It was York. It was York. It's not even Lancaster.
In the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
It's like central enough, but again, like he's from Maryland, like.
And I've never,
right,
like I just know Hanover. That's like it.
Going over there.
That's like it, bro. So like I pull up and just did the audition and one thing too beforehand, I was like, I really like their music because it was a cool blend of like soul, which I like grew up playing like 70s like funk and like soul music. Like that's what my dad did too. So that's like most of like what I grew up playing. And like as I got into my teen years, then I learned about like punk and like rock and like started listening to Paramore and like Led Zeppelin, and then also found like Jimmy Eat World and like, you know, Nirvana and all that type of stuff. So the sound was cool because I was like, man, this is like a mix of things that I just like love. And I was like, I think it would be good. So like playing with them, it just felt good. Like I remember just immediately like, yo, this short just feels good. And
especially the drummer, like you're carrying the rhythm.
And I was just literally just like we kind of just did the songs. And I just remember looking at them and being like, all right. And then I left and I was like, yo, thanks for the opportunity. Appreciate y'all. And then
like, all right, well, I gotta find something else.
And then Rue, I think they said like, oh, we'll contact you or something. I was like, okay. And I literally went home, and then I think maybe like the week later, Rue texted me and they said like, yo, yeah, we want you. And come to find out later, I was the first person they auditioned, right?
Wow. And the last.
Crazy. Rue just won?
And the last.
That's crazy. And the thing is that the funny thing is too, like I'm coming from, so you have to, like I'm coming from a church perspective background. So you have to understand, like I don't know DIY music. I don't know indie anything. I'm coming from like, I don't know how big they are, how not, like I just don't know. So for me, I'm like, I don't know these people. Everybody that I've played drums in front of my whole life knows me outside of just drumming. So the fact that I like pulled up to strangers' houses and played and they liked it is crazy. It's not in a church setting where you kind of have to like it. It's like they could have just been like, nah, it was very affirming. Like that, I don't even know if I told you that, bro. That joke was very affirming because it's like I was
gonna ask, like that's the first thing you jump in and you're like, yeah, we're gonna pick you.
Yeah, it was crazy, bro. Like I like it for real. Like after Rue texted me, I just like literally went home. I talked to my parents and I just started crying. I was so like excited and just shocked because like it felt like okay, this is possible. Because again, like as creative as like, you know, my church was, and as encouraging as my parents were, like, there's also a crop of people that are just like, oh, you know, you're about to be broke. You're about to, like, I'm not going to act like I'd never heard that. I'm not going to act like that was never a thing. But, like, from the people that it mattered, it never came from. But there was parents and there was, like, people and, you know, coworkers and stuff. Like, what are you doing with your life?
I still got beef with some parents from my crash out days in school. It's crazy.
Bro.
I saw them at the Titans game last week, and they were like, I was like, all right, okay.
And it's hard, like I said, because, like, I understand in the sense of, like, I know, you know, now being literally just turned 28, like, I know how much I've gone through for this joint. And that is a hard thing. I'm not going to act like it's, you know, it's the easiest thing, but also, like, it's worth it. And it's, like, I'm so happy with my decisions, you know? So it's, like, hard to, because I understand why you would tell your kids that and kids that, but I also am like, man, like, I think we need more encouragement and more emphasis and more importance on just art in general, because I think that is super important in the world. But yeah, that's kind of how I got connected with Malcolm.
And so you joined the band.
Yeah.
I guess you were 19 when you joined up with the band. What like what was the progression of okay, I'm in a band now to now I want to actually get into production with him and like move to Nashville and like tell that whole story.
for sure. So like after getting into the band, we were honestly playing it. I was really just content for a while.
I remember what our first show was.
Oh my God, yeah. Our first show, we opened for Turnover, which is crazy.
Where?
Chameleon, it's a club in Lancaster. It's no longer there.
Yeah, that's wild. Yeah, that was like our first show.
Wow.
We opened for some crazy people, bro. Like it's been a lot of wild stuff. But that was our first show, sold out show. This is like huge. So I'm in my head, I'm like, oh yeah, we're out of here, bro. Again, no, I don't have any concept of anything. So I'm just rocking with the band. Again, and my mentality still to this day is like just team player. However, like I'm needed, whatever we got to do to like
real musicianship.
Just team player, bro. I'm in the back, I'm playing drums, I'm holding it down, team player. Like y'all need me to drive out, team player, like whatever. So I'm just going through that, and one day I started watching John Bellion's like making of videos.
Mm-hmm.
And quick funny story for me with rap, I really didn't like rap until I was like 16. Like, it took me a second to get there because, again, I'm coming from the musician church aspect, so I'm listening to, like, Snarky Puppy and, like, Lettuce and, like, funk.
You're like listening to actual music.
Like, music. No, like, no, but it's just, like, I was listening to, like, heavy, like, actually musicianship, instrumentation. Yeah. I'm listening to drum covers of rap songs, and then I start to see freestyles, and I just, like, you know, they get it older, too, as, like, a black man. I start to, like, relate to just things that I see the world differently, and I feel like that's what really like eventually starts finding Kendrick, and eventually really started connecting me to hip hop. So by the time I'm in the band, I'm doing stuff. I'm team player, and I was watching John Bellion make it of videos, and I always had like song ideas and stuff here and there. But again, like I'm just thinking, I don't even know. I in church my whole life. I don't know if I could do this. I don't know how you start. I don't know anything. But I'm watching his videos, and I'm like, I kind of do that now. Like I would jump on the drums. I would have a music room in my house. I jump on the drums. I start playing, and then I go on the piano and I do something, and then I go on the guitar and I do something, and I would kind of just do that, you know, during my like homeschool days.
Tinkering.
And literally just tinkering and exploring. And I'm like, man, it'd be cool to like have a place to like save my stuff. And I like that he's doing everything, and I think I might be able to at least like learn. I think that would be a cool thing to do. So I for real just bought a laptop, started producing. I was not trying to rap. I wrote in high school, actually, because I went through like a crazy like high school first love breakup. Nice. And right after that, I just started writing, and it just has not stopped. And that literally was like the thing that cracked that like I guess damn of like I could write. And then again, my mom writes, so it kind of activated.
Especially
I feel like that.
Especially if your mother writes in your life.
Yes.
I mean, that's a lot more emotional side of it.
Yes, like I feel like that kind of cracked that open at that time, which is crazy. So I'm in the band, I'm making beats and stuff like that. I'm like, man, this is cool. I'm not thinking anything of it. And then I just had one day I just started, just kept on writing stuff. I'm like, man, let me just try to rap. Let me just try. I'm like, this is SoundCloud era too, so everybody's rapping. And I'm like, bro, I don't want to be like, I'm not trying to.
We're not jumping the SoundCloud.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know if like I want to do, like, I don't even know if I want to do this. I just want to experiment and just try this. And yeah, I started like making songs and stuff like that. And like quickly-ish, I knew like, okay, like I have something. It feels kind of like, all right, this feels like something. Another moment too was we were about to rehearse for something, and on tour we'll always just like mess around, just do dumb like freestyle raps, like literally just to make everybody laugh.
You got to do something.
Just awesome, yeah. I had, like it was coming out. It was coming out, bro. And like we were down there, and Malcolm was like, "Yo, like actually like try." He's like, "I really want you to try." And I don't know why you said it, but you were serious. He's like, just try, actually try. And I freestyled for like maybe like 30, 40 minutes. I don't even know if it was good. I remember like a couple of the lines or whatever, but like it wasn't bad. It was good enough to be like, this is a little surprising. And I remember they all looked at me like, wait, what? And then I was like,
well, if you can keep it going for 30, 40 minutes.
Too, like, yeah, I was just like, oh, snap. Like, okay.
My brain can't work this way.
Yeah. I'm like, I could do this too, I think. And that was literally like, and then that kind of gave me more encouragement to just start. Yeah, so on our tour, was it 2018, bro? Is when Rue?
2019.
2019. So like our last summer tour, I was again making beats. I'm in the background just doing stuff. I'm like, maybe I'll start releasing music. Malcolm already is an artist. He already been doing stuff, putting out music. So that was like, oh, he's doing it, and we're in the same place. Like, maybe I can too. Just again, more encouragement.
Yeah.
More encouragement. So, Rue actually wound up leaving. Like, they left the band, and Rue played bass. So that definitely shifted just the dynamic of everything. because I think all of our influences with the sound that we were making really is what like the OKs was is us four.
Was that the band name?
That the OKs. Yeah, that was like us four. So when they left, it definitely shifted things. It honestly for me like emotionally, I was in like a shift too at the same time. Me and my dad are the closest, and it's something that like still sucks to this day. And that's a whole other story in itself. But I was kind of just growing, like I needed to kind of figure out my own life and my own journey. And I'm just like slowly growing up too. It's like I've been in, but you know, bro, like I've been in Maryland my whole life. I'm touring, you know, with homies and I love it. We're doing stuff, we're playing shows, but also like it's just the pull of like there's something else like out there. There's so many stories just around that transition. But Rue wound up leaving, and then you know we tried to look for another bass player, and it just kind of just never like fully came to fruition with like people we were talking to, and with somebody that we had. It just did not feel the same. And again, at that same time, I'm going through like a lot of like personal transitions and understanding like I think I am an artist. I think I need to do this. I can't now. I feel like there's this huge like mountain in front of me that like to continue my life, I can't go left or right. I have to just go up it. Like I cannot ignore this. Like it's nothing that I could do to like hide this. Cause
did you have a moment where like it hit, or like it was just like there was just one moment where you're like shit, like this is actually it. Like I need to do it.
I think I had moments. Like I remember making my first song. And I remember feeling emotional about it. I remember making like my first like 4 songs and did like a little EP album, a body. I had my mom talk before every single song and stuff. And like she started crying, I started crying. There's moments where it just felt like I figured out what this path is. Like I finally got to the point of like I see like what my path is. Like I know what I'm supposed to do. But I didn't have like one like, oh my God. And then like again, freestyling for the band. There's small stuff that just built up like the foundation of just confidence and being willing to like jump into it.
And also probably with the transit, like all of the multiple like it was just a gradual
it was just
exactly like, okay, this is it.
It was almost like a gradual staircase to the base of that mountain. And then, you know, what's again the last few things happen and it's like
here we are.
Oh, I have to leave. My cousin Dante's here. Shout out Dante. Dante Williams. He's an incredible artist. Yeah, you know Dante. That's my guy. That's my cousin. That's my brother. That's my brother. It's his birthday today. So happy birthday,
bro. Is it really?
Yeah, it's his birthday today,
Put
bro.
a note on it.
Yeah, it's his birthday
today.
Put
a date on
it. But November 22nd. But yeah, like he was here. And funny thing, I actually thought about coming to Nashville after I graduated a couple years before that because I knew music and stuff was here, and I was just again trying to find it. After that convo with my mom, I'm like, maybe I'll go to Nashville because you know my uncle Chris is here, and my cousin Dante's here. Maybe I'll come over here, and I just didn't do it. You know, I eventually met Malcolm and went on with the band, but it's crazy how that comes back around. And yeah, I literally was like, I need to move here. I think it'd be cool. I know there's not like rap here, but I'm also a drummer. To my knowledge, I'm knowing there's not that here. I'm also a drummer. I visited Dante here, and I saw there was more stuff that I thought was in Nashville. Because again, we in Maryland, we think it's just like cowboys and
so everybody thinks
and stuff like that. And
it is.
It's crazy. It's crazy. And I came down here, which I saw people's fits. I'm like, yo, the fits are kind of like crazy. Everybody looks good here, and I'm like, yo, there's like different. I'm like, yeah, there's different like energy here. I'm like, it doesn't seem like it's all of this.
Were you out east?
I was, no. He lived in Brentwood at the time, but I think when I got here we went to East. I think that's where all the shit is. He took me to a vintage store and I forget the name of it, but it was really cool. And I again I'm a fashion dude, like I love that joint, and I was like, this is crazy. They're playing hip hop, and I'm like, how am I in Nashville right now?
It's fucking
and I'm like, this is actually insane. And that was the first like, this is not what I thought it was. And everybody's energy is creative and cool here too. Yeah. I full on did not expect it, and that just kind of made me go like, okay.
That's what people were talking when they meet me, and they're like, oh, you're from Nashville, like, you know, oh, like you're doing the Boolah shit, but you're in Nashville.
Yeah, because
like,
I would not know that from your mixes and from anything that you're doing.
Random as shit, dude.
But it's fire because it's like that taught me too. There's just a love of music here. Like, forget the genre, forget what. It's just like everybody just loves music, and that is amazing. You know,
and I feel like too, kind of talking about how you're talking about earlier with the support and like, you know, like empathy for things. Like there's a lot of that here with the young side. Like
which is amazing too. And yeah, like just, you know, again, like I'm coming from a church background, but I also am in a DIY band, and we're playing in front of like some metal band, some punk band. Literally had a bunch of mixed bills. Like I'm meeting people. I also like hip hop, but we sound like Alabama Shakes It Like Rush or something
go.
combined. Like not exactly, but something like that. It's just like
a fusion of something.
It's just weird because I have all these different and I also love gospel music too. So I'm on like a weird like mix of just different stuff. So coming here, just seeing like the mix just everywhere was just like I think just really enticing for me.
The mix that fucked me up was a lot of the like country session players.
Yeah,
a lot of metalheads will come here.
Yes,
like
yes,
you probably see a lot of because they're so musically talented that like, they can just jump into sessions and be like, oh yeah, I got this. Like no problem.
That's the thing that we were actually talking kind of about that on the ride over. Just like again, it's the thing of everybody loves music, so they're just able, whatever you want to do, whatever pocket you want to be in, you can kind of just let's just try something, and that is such an exciting like. And it's tight, like I'm literally getting gassed up talking about it. And that makes me just, cause I love music. Like regardless of everything, I just love music. So like seeing other people love music too is amazing.
And we were talking about this week in like Broadway. Is, like unfortunately like how people paint Nashville, right? Like they have this like narrow understanding of it because of one street, which is crazy. But we were also talking today about how like that's mutually beneficial for the artists that are here that are doing the thing that they want to do, but it's like it's supporting them financially at least, even if like it's not their vibe per se. It's also a really great place for them to just go perform and make some money and do their thing and do it well.
And then also part of it is like if you do perform well, there's so many people who are looking for people to do.
Yes,
like,
bro.
Bro. Like I don't go to Broadway too much. Like sorry,
no, we people that live here don't go to Broadway. Yeah, nah.
But it's like people who played downtown there, like there's a young union guy who actually, funny enough, we went to the same college.
Oh, crazy.
Columbia in Chicago.
Okay, nice.
And he joined up probably like first when I started working here. And he's a Broadway cat, like long blonde hair drummer. And then, I see on Instagram like a year later that he's on a tour bus, like going around and touring. You moved down here a year ago?
No, I moved here. No, that would have been crazy.
I don't know why I thought that.
No, you're good. You're good. No, I feel like maybe 2 years ago I really started intentionally like going out and like being outside. I think that's why.
When did you get to Nashville?
I got to Nashville in 2019.
Wow. Okay.
Early 2019. That was a weird thing too. I went through COVID here. I lived with my cousin for the first year. Then I got married. Shout out Madison. That's my wifey. I got married and I kind of was trying to figure out, I think, left the band. I'm married, different state, different situation, family stuff. My parents split up. There's a lot of stuff that like happened at that time, but I think I was just trying to figure out like what is Who Is Jordan and what am I trying to do? Because I know I want to, again, from before, I know it's a desire. I know I can, but I'm producing myself, which is cool.
Were you Who Is Jordan at that time?
No, actually, I wasn't. I was. Thank you. I was going under like, was it just Jordan? I think
no,
just Jordan.
It was Court. Yeah. So my first artist name was Court, which is crazy. Court is like QWART.
Okay.
Because I was doing this like I feel like
crystals.
Yeah. Thanks for that. That's crazy. I was doing because I really wanted to like at the time like I just felt uneasy about it because again like. My sister will tell me it's because of my signs, but like I just have a weird thing with like asking people to pay attention to me. And I know that sounds like very conflicted because I'm an artist, but that is like at first like I just like almost wanted to make that separate from like myself in the band, and I almost wanted to like have like I guess like a separate Hannah Montana type type joint where I'm like, okay, if I go over here and do this, maybe this will blow up and it'll be like a separate thing, which is so like it's dumb. Like thinking back on it, I'm like, bro, that's so dumb.
It's funny.
Like,
it's funny.
That's how I was thinking about it, though.
I have that thought literally every week. I'm like, I could do something else that's not related to me at all, and it'll pop off.
Yeah, and I'm thinking like, oh, not gonna show my face, and I pitched my voice up like crazy, and like I just did a bunch of stuff to be like, I'm not this person, and then. That I put out music, and that was the first kind of like step, like to add like an album. I just put out I didn't tell anybody about it. It was like 4 songs. Then I had like a 6-song joint that I put out, and that's where I was on the cover. That I kind of slowly like kind of got out of my like cocoon and like honestly got out my own way with the music. But I think getting here was just like a very much like a what am I trying to do? And I made an album when I first got here. That was like a great like learning experience of like. I put out singles like, the last like few years and stuff like that. And I think a lot of it was just learning new stuff and doing new stuff and realizing like, oh, okay, I could do this type of style too. And I can do that. And then also too, and shout out to Dante. This is something I talk about too much, but I came here loving like rap music. And I had a decent understanding of the history, but Dante is like really the person that was showing me like, nah, bro, you gotta listen to like.
You gotta listen to Illmatic.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like you need to like literally like you haven't listened to Nas, you gotta listen to Nas. Even the new stuff, he's like, bro, like, and I like Travis, but he's like, yo, have you listened to the album? I'm like, no. He'd be like, yo, you gotta listen to it, bro. He's like, have you heard like Jig Is Up Kendrick? Like,
good on him, dude.
He really like sat like kind of just taught me like hip hop in the way of like, because again, I didn't grow up on it. I grew up on some musician energy. Dante grew up freestyling at college parties, and he grew up. He's older than me too, so he, you know, was a teenager when Kanye was dropping Twisted Fantasy and stuff. Like I was a kid, like I didn't have, because again, I'm for real, like I'm 14 listening to jazz music.
Hell yeah,
I'm like, dog, I'm not like I don't care what Lil Wayne is doing right now, bro.
14 listening
bro,
to jazz
I'm just
music.
on some full on just
got a
nerd
Kangol
energy.
Hat on,
yeah, bro. I'm like, yo, this is cool. Like, I'm like, oh, you know, the time there's a time change. It goes from 4/4 to 5/7. Just like crazy stuff. That is cool. But it's cool. But it's like that's just what I was so focused on. Like
that was your language. That was your music language.
That was my music language and stuff. Even like the reason I didn't even like hip hop, which is hilarious, is like, oh, the drums are fake.
Oh,
that was literally like the
I can see
cementing
that
reason, because I'm like, I'm a drummer, like this is not even, I'm like, they do it on the keyboard, it's fake, these aren't even real drums. Like which is hilarious now, because like I love 808s and stuff. I love like drum machines, which is crazy.
Drill hi-hats.
No, I do. I'm like, I love all that stuff now, but just like at the time I was just so like anti. But yeah, so yeah, Dante's really the one that like built that. So I think that was an amazing like coming to Nashville formative type of thing. And then after kind of fully, which I guess hip hop is really like the full, besides like funk, which my dad would kind of tell me, and kind of my dad did it first, I guess, of like telling me, yo, who played drums on this? Who's the guitarist on this? Who's the bass player on this? Like
that's what they do here.
He would literally be like on that. He's like, what
check those credits.
No, crazy. But like, what year did this come out? He would say crazy stuff as a kid, and I would just know it because he would just keep on telling me. He'd be like, yo, when did Michael Jackson do the moonwalk for the first time? Motown 25. You know what I'm saying? Like he would be training me in this, and I went through a very similar thing with Dante. So after kind of, you know, getting married again and being like, all right, bet now I'm on my own. What do I want to do? I full on just like, I went through rock, I went through pop, I went through R&B, and I kind of like gave myself history lessons because at my job I was pretty, at the old job I had, I was pretty like free. I would just kind of be sitting on the computer waiting for stuff to happen. So I would just go through my Spotify and just, oh, that came out of this year. What else came out of this year? Why did drums sound like that? Oh, snap, like the Neptunes and Pharrell had X amount of top hits, and that's why their drums are rocking that way and their chords are like this. Well, what year did those chords like come out? Yeah. Okay, well, when did Trap come in? Oh, Trap came in through like T.I. and like Gucci and also 3 6 and stuff from Memphis, and then it went over. Like I'm like learning how everything connects, and then also how hip hop and black music influences pop music and all of that and blues. It like I'm like understanding
country music
as well, and I'm understanding like kind of the full like spectrum of everything, and I'm seeing like, oh, again, I like most music, like almost all music. I like pop music, I like country albums, I like rock albums, I love alternative stuff, I love shoegaze. Shout out Justin put me on a shoegaze. Like there's so much stuff that I like grew a passion for because I understood how connected everything is.
You had a foundation too of like instrumentation.
Exactly,
music. Like, oh, I can spiderweb this shit together. And
exactly, and then I feel like through that experience, it was like, okay, cool. I learned something from everything. Now, how do I like funnel that into like me? You know what I mean? Because it's like, sure, I could do an Outkast-ish song, and I could do a Future song, and I could do a pop like Black Eyed Peas. I don't know, just something rant. But it's like, all right, how do I make that like? What does Jordan sound like? What should I be saying? You know,
how can I stomach that? At the
exactly
on my name.
Exactly. It just like too like. There's been a lot of incredible artists that have impacted me, you know, and that have impacted other people. Like, what is my purpose in this? Not do I just like it and I'm trying to do it because that's a lot of people, but like, what is my purpose in this? Like, what's my why behind this? Because it has to be deeper than I bang with this and I want to put out music.
This sounds good and I want to put it out.
Exactly, because it's going to get harder. It is hard. So it's like...
You were talking earlier about wanting to separate it, right?
Exactly.
And so now it's like, how do I not separate it? How do I like invest in something that I believe in enough like that I want to put my name on it, right?
Yep.
Like, I don't have to run away from it.
That's a great point.
Right? There's not something to hide behind. Like, I'm not worried about hiding behind it because I believe in it fully.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, cool. That's like the scariest thing.
Yeah, it is.
Because like, it's like, okay, now there's no barrier to it. It's kind of like putting my face on a podcast.
Yes,
it's like
yes.
People like, okay, now people, you know,
They know you, bro.
Yeah.
They know you, bro.
They're gonna see like how you move your hands when you talk, how you drink your cup, or whatever.
They see me wiping my sweaty hands on my legs, and it's like, all right, okay, all right.
It is funny because it is such like a vulnerable, like you're putting your whole like thoughts out there on record, which is crazy, and it lives forever. That's the thing.
When you're rapping, like your word is your bond.
Oh,
like,
for sure.
That's how I feel. Like,
for sure.
And I was like, because when I'm writing, I'm like, I can't put that, because like I'll come back like a day or two later and be like, I gotta take that. No, I gotta do something different. I guess kind of on with that is, so like I said, I did my research last night.
Yeah, for sure.
Research. Went through your social media.
Oh, research.
I watched all the vlogs.
Okay,
watched all
yeah,
of them.
yeah.
You know, and I heard the voiceover of being like, you know, it's been 2 years since I put out music, and I'm coming back and jumping in. I'm assuming a lot of those demos you sent was stuff you made in that time, like kind of like
yes, that's this year.
Because Up's in there.
Yep, Up's in there. Yep.
And I was thinking like, where was the point where you felt comfortable enough to be like, okay, like I'm actually making stuff I can put on my name, you know, put my face out there,
for sure,
and I can, you know, fully send that
for sure. So there's a little half step between that. I feel like where I'm at now, and I guess everything is a half step, but I put out 4 singles: Where You At, Talk. Right Now and Lifestyle. I put those out from like 2022 to like 2023. I did like 2 songs a year. I love all of those songs, and I think again that's me having more like confidence in what I'm doing, but also I was like, because I through that time of studying stuff, I was also trying what I was like. I would listen to, again, pop music, and I would go home and try to make a pop song. So as I'm studying stuff, I'm also like training myself of like how to like engineer this stuff and how to like do it in my vision. And I feel like everything was so separate. Like Where You At is like a trappy type of high energy joint. Talk is more like a poppy song. Right Now is on some like weird like trance lucky type of vibe with the way I'm rapping in the pocket, and the Lifestyle is like a R&B-ish pop joint. So I'm like experimenting like on those singles. Yeah, kind of after that ended, it's like, okay, cool, I can make stuff that people listen to. And those songs, like numbers wise, like did well. It's first songs that hit over 1,000 and stuff like that, and just stuff that like I'm understanding now, like, you know, indie artists, like it's important and that it's a good look. So I'm like, okay, cool, I can make stuff that's catchy that people like, because I put out albums and put out music before, you know, more, you know, with me standing behind it more. But again, like, I make stuff myself. Joy doesn't sound amazing. There's things about songs where I'm like, that's not even structured right. It's like I'm just trying to figure it out. So I think with the recent music, I kind of just took a step back on everything, like the last like 2, you know, maybe like 2 years ago, 2.5 years ago. And I was like, man, I just want to really focus on being in Nashville and meeting people and working with people and almost like strengthening my muscle of like doing this, you know. So I bet so many people, shout out Weston and TJ and Tajay and Jack. There's like so many homies, Vizzy, that I bet it really like linked up with, it did features. And shout out to Camp 3 too. That's Jack's writing camp. I went to the camp and really just kind of cut my teeth in a lot of ways, like with people, and like learned a lot, but also like just challenged myself to like, yo, just get better at this time and just meet people. Just get better and meet people, bro. Be outside, get better and meet people. You have good music out already, and then you'll know when it's time to come back out. And for one of the camps last year, okay, slight backtrack, and I'll try to be quick, but our band had a reunion show, which was really beautiful. We were able to like close that chapter for all of us, because it never ended on like a sour note, but we definitely needed to.
Loose end.
It was loose
sure,
ends. It was loose ends for sure. It was really nice to like come back together and like close that. And me and like Malcolm really like reconnected, I feel like, during that time, you know. And we talked and stuff here and there, but this wasn't consistent. And like, no, he was going through stuff, I was going through stuff. Like, it's COVID time. It's just a weird time of like, you're just trying to get your like footed again. And yeah, Malcolm had been producing and doing stuff with people before, and he was putting out his own music, and I was also doing my stuff. So we would, yo, your release is fire. Like, we always like, we're there for each other, but like, we really like, we're like, okay, like it's like back to like kind of normal, I feel like, during that time. And I invited him out to Jack's, to Camp 3, and I was like, yo, come out. And he came through. He came to Nashville, and I wasn't even thinking about trying to work with him. He was showing me beats and stuff, and I was kind of like at that time working on the project that I actually sent you. And I was trying to figure that out, and I had a couple stuff that I liked. I had like the first song and maybe a couple other ideas. And I was like, maybe I'll get an Isaac beat.
Little did you know.
Yeah, little did I know. Also, too, Isaac's artist name is Malcolm, so I know I'm calling him Isaac and Malcolm. It's just hard. I keep on flipping. I know it's confusing, but I keep on flipping because I'm trying to.
That fucked me up.
I'm trying to. Yeah, I'm trying to remember it. I'm trying to remember it.
That messed me. So,
nah, you're good. You're good. But
gotcha.
Yeah. So like, I'm like, man, maybe I'll get it. Whatever. And literally, like, it was funny too because that was like right beat. I think we went to do the reunion show. And then he like flew to Nashville the day after I got back from PA.
Oh, dude.
So we were pretty much together for like 2 weeks. And he leaves after the camp. He leaves, does all of that.
You wanted to come back too after
that.
You're like,
I was already like, I'm about to move here.
He was already, he was, you were definitely already like, I'm about to.
I was already getting mixy with everyone.
Yeah, you
like,
were
working with people at the studio.
And I wanted to say too, like, when you jump into those creative camps, it's different. Those are spaces where it's very intentional about we're going to get better, we're going to meet people and do all these sort of things. But I feel like when it gets to sort of like not our age demographic, but like kind of like how we're working in these creative scenes, that willingness to talk to people, it's a lot more supportive than like, you know, if you went to like a writer's round.
Yes. It's more like everybody's trying to do it and figure it out and get better. There's no structure to
There's
this.
no ego in that shit.
There's no ego either because it's like, you're fire and I'm fire, or I'm bad and I think you're fire, or you're bad. It's like it just doesn't matter. Nobody's even thinking like that.
Real quick, then be like, I got some motherfuckers
exactly,
here better than me.
exactly,
I gotta get my shit together. Yeah.
Exactly. So like, so like us reconnecting, and again, like I said, I had a little bit of this project. Shout out Weston too. Weston dropped Weston Sloots.
I was figuring out how to say that name.
I know his name is Sloots, but I thought the opposite. Weston Sloots.
Shout out Sloots.
He I be messing with him sometimes.
Which is how I'll say Sloot sometimes.
Weston Sloots dropped Everything Will Be Fine, and like that's an amazing album, and in a lot of ways for me, and I think all of our whole like group and our whole like our wave right now, like it just kind of set the high standard of like this is what albums need to be. And even shout out Dante 2 On Away, like high standards of like we got to shoot for like this level of like quality. And at that time I'm feeling good and confident, and I'm developing my voice, and I'm understanding how to talk about my life and things and still make it interesting. And also
how nice to have a bar.
Exactly to
to
like I'm like I gotta at least hit where they're hitting, because if everybody's hitting there, our whole scene, our whole everything in Nashville, that is what continues to push this joint and opens up people's eyes to like what's going on here. And maybe in 5 years, in 10 years, in 15 years, people think of other stuff besides just country music in Nashville, which is like something that's like heavy on my heart. So yeah, I was making stuff. Again, we reconnected, and he left, and I think the day after he left, I had this pit feeling like I think that's my co-producer. Because, again, I'm just happy to hang out with Malcolm. I'm just happy to be with him because it's been a long time. I'm like, this is my guy. Like, we're talking about old shows, bro. We're just like, this is just a homie. This is not my brother. So it's like seeing your brother after a long time. It's like, I'm just happy that we're here physically. And we're laughing. Like, I'm not even thinking about trying to do any music and try to make this. It was just like, it's cool. We're both creative. I just come through. You would fit right in. So, yeah, I had a pit feel like, yo, I think that's my co-producer. And it was something that I was like, hesitant about because I produced everything else, up until pretty much me and him, beside, myself. So this is my first time I'm like really about to go in with somebody, but I also want to be careful because I'm like, I don't want to go in with somebody that's going to try to funnel my stuff in a certain direction or a way, because I know what I'm reaching for is something that's in between a bunch of different stuff. And I need somebody that understands like my view and me and what I'm trying to do. And also I want to be able to understand what they do. And I think together we can make something fire. So it was just very apparent immediately. I'm like, that's my guy. And literally, like, I called him up and said, hey, bro, like, would you, like, do this album with me? And he was just like, dog, of course. Like, it was literally, like, wasn't even, like, a question. We talked about some stuff, like, that call, and I was like, man, this is crazy. I've never done this before. And then, like, it's crazy.
Start the craziest year.
And then literally, from that point, it's been the most insane year.
Has it been a year, I guess, to this date? Damn near.
I mean, like last weekend was when I was at camp.
Wow. Last week was a year. Yeah, last week was a year. Because I remember for Dante's, GNX came out last year. That was happening and stuff. And yeah, so literally from like this time last year to now, it was like the craziest like ride of like my life music-wise. Like it's absolutely insane. And like, yeah, we just went in on the project. We both put like 150% in and got 300% out of it.
Do y'all live together?
No.
Okay,
He lives like 20 minutes away from me. But yeah, he would fly down occasionally, a couple times.
3 times this year.
Yeah, he would fly down and we would work on the project. And we would knock out a few songs and
that's what's on the block. I was like, you're in the crib. I was like,
yep.
oh, he got that.
And working remote too.
Yeah, working remote with mixes
calling
and
each other every week, talking for like 2 hours, just planning, scheming, like figuring out
so much stuff. Sending each other music. And the thing that's so fire is like, even though that was one of our first like few times working together, because of the band and because of like Malcolm is so much of the reason like I like Pine Grove and I like Pup and I like indie music and Hop Along and like stuff like that I just would not know about except for like you.
You don't have me to introduce?
It's fire. And then like vice versa, like I showed him like some Ye albums and some Kendrick albums and stuff that like he didn't know at the time. So which again, we're not planning this. That's just we're friends. So like we're having this cross mix of things that we're both understand. So in doing that, we're now building like I know what you like and you know what I like. So I think that's why when we went to go into the studio and actually work on stuff, and also our deep we've been through so much. We've had great like from the jump have had great conversations. But like I know him as a person, he knows me as a person. So when we're going in to do stuff, there's just a lot of attention and all of that, and there's a lot of just unspoken understanding that's like. Yeah, like this is what the song we're making, and this is how it's coming out. So.
Taking it back to the beginning where I was talking about my brother getting with somebody. It's like because that's what
exactly
happens. That's what happens.
Exactly.
And it's beautiful. Like the story of y'all getting to produce together and being in the band. That's insane.
It's
like,
crazy.
That like. That's what people dream for, to like get a situation like that. They dream to have this sort of budding nucleus to be like, okay, now we can really take the world how we want to do it.
No, it's incredible, and I've been telling people like this past year, like my music has not sounded more like me than with him. Like making music with Malcolm is making it again because my fear was like it's not gonna sound like me. This is the most my stuff has felt and sounded like me. Like I listen back. And I'm like, man, this is like hitting me in the heart. Knowing like we're both very responsible. Again, sometimes it's like 80-20 or 90-10. Like it doesn't matter. But like we're both touching everything or whatever we're working on. And just like listening back, I'm like, man, this really is like I could not have got to that place without Malcolm. Yeah. Like was the missing piece. I feel like of something I was trying to figure out like sonically. And not that anything again before was bad, but like we're now at the level that I'm like I've been trying to get to this level for a minute, That feels good.
What was why up to drop first?
Like that's funny.
Right?
Yeah, no, for sure.
There's a story behind it?
Yeah, story behind Up is crazy. I actually made it in between another song that I was working on. So something that I do like when I'm like producing or writing or whatever, I'm just having like a studio, like a by myself studio session. I'll work on something. I might spend 2 hours on it, whatever. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll let it go when I feel like I'm either out of ideas or it's just at a good place and maybe I'll come the next day. I need to take a step back. And then I'll have like 20, 30 minutes where I'll be like, okay, I'm going to sleep at like, 11. I'm like, I'm going to work up until 10:30. And then I'll just take 30 minutes to just do something like completely like left. Like if I'm making a slower song, I'm going to make something crazy upbeat. If I'm making an upbeat song, I'm going to try and make something slower. I'm just going to try to like almost like just put myself in like a weird.
Literally 180 or so.
Exactly. Just to be like, what am I going to. Because it disorients you and it's fun too. So I did that. I kid you not. I did the drums and the sample in like 30 minutes. And I left it. I'm like, this beat's cool. I think maybe I sent it to you, just the beat or something. I don't even remember.
No, you sent it to Wes first and he wrote.
Okay, yeah. Okay, so I made the beat real quick, and then I came back like the next 2 days, and I was just in the room, putting it all out on the tee. I'm throwing it deep. I'm just freestyling. I'm making myself laugh. I'm like, bro, this is hilarious. It is hard. Like I'm like, bro, this story is hard, bro. And I'm like, it'd be cool to do like a rappy song, but it's like a catchy rappy song. And I'm just having a good time with it. I'm not thinking anything else. I'm not thinking about anything more than just like
you're just in the studio making.
I'm just in the studio making stuff, and we already had album songs, so it's not like the album didn't exist. Like this is all we're already piecing stuff. There's already really good songs that are up there
right now.
No, it's crazy. So I'm in that joint freestyle. I'm like, this is hard, and I think I would record my like the beat, and I would just like rap it, just send it to like a voice memo or whatever. So I finished that, recorded it, I sent it to Malcolm, and I'm like, I'm not even thinking. I'm literally like, this could be cool. Like, I don't know. And Malcolm was like, yo, this is fire. He was like, me yo, this is hard. And I was like, okay. And I still like wasn't all the way convinced because again, I'm like, it's just a quick one. It's not like super crazy. And again, the space that I was in, I'm just in a different space. I wasn't at that point yet, even though it came out. And I sat on it for a minute, and I was listening to it, and we were talking, and we were like, man, we need to get somebody on it. And Wes, somebody that, like, at one of the camps, we did a song that people liked a lot, and Exit Away, shout out Exit Away with the Wholesome, we put that out. So, like, I've been working with him, been rapping with him for a minute. And for me, I was like, man, I really, one, because that's like my brother, that's a homie. But two, it's like, I want to get him on something because he's amazing. And I was like, man, he'd be kind of hard on this. And literally pulled up to his crib and threw the beat on. I rapped for him. He was like, this is hard. I had the hook and I had the first half of my verse. I didn't have like the refrain where the beat switches and the live bass comes in. He was like, this is hard. I 100% want it. He would keep on hitting me up like, yo, I'm ready to do that, Joe. I'm like, okay, this might be something that I don't understand. This might be like one of those. So then I went to his house and we cut it over his house. I did the back half, and I'm freestyling, just bit by that action, me and the faction. We had to quit the relax, and I'm looking over at Wes, like, seeing what his reaction is like, and if anything is like, woo, it's going. So that's kind of how I wrote the last part, and he recorded me for the hook and for the verse, and then, this dude had the first 2 lines, and for real punched in and wrote the whole rap right then and there. Fire. And we did that, and then he didn't have the refrain yet either, so we did his. And then he sent me the refrain the next morning. And that's when I sent you a version for the first time. And as soon as I sent it to him, Malcolm was like, this is absolutely crazy.
Because you and Weston play off each other so well. Like,
I appreciate that, bro.
Cadence-wise and, like, just from, like, the tones and how it all works.
I appreciate that, bro.
I just hearing the difference in it, but it's still in the same lane of, like, of the energy of it. Yeah. Like,
I appreciate that. That's just fire, bro.
Dude, it's like, I get nitpicky. It's kind of like talking about, like, I'm not going to pick people apart unless they ask me to. But it's like when you start hearing voices like that, and it's like one thing for me, like, on especially rap features, is like making sure that the vibes fit. Because so many people want to, like, I got to open here. Like, who wants to throw me in on the open? And then you sound like you're not supposed to.
It just doesn't sound like you're in your element, or you don't sound like it's.
Or
like,
you're not even in the same like wave as the artist.
Yeah. And that's something too. Again, the thing of like that's the beauty of like going to creative camps, and the beauty of just like being friends with people first, and then just seeing where something goes. Like I didn't say what's up to Wes. Dante did introduce me to Wes for the first time, and I'm thinking I'm gonna start rapping with him. I'm just like, this is just a new person. I'm cool. We're just being friends first.
Kind of like when we linked up.
Exactly. And then it turns into something that, okay, cool, maybe this, and then you just see where that goes. But yeah, you asked me why we dropped. What did you ask me? Sorry.
Yeah, it was like you were working on all these songs, and you guys are obviously like in the you're in the mix, like doing all this stuff. You're in the frying pan.
Yes.
And you kind of explained it just because like all the reaction you were getting, but like Up was the one you wanted to do a video for and do all these things just because of the reactions you were getting. But like talk about like just what got it there to get the video out and all that.
For sure. Definitely the reactions, and then I think for me too, like. It's one of those that it just has a special feeling to me. Even when I listen to it now, it's like we were having fun. Wes's verse is incredible. We had
a blast finishing it up.
We finished it up.
I was in town and we finished it.
Yeah, Malcolm flew down and we did the So the beat change at the end, that was a complete accident. Wes was trying to do something, and he hit it. We were trying to figure out where it would go, and he was trying to do something else, but he hit it and it like half-timed it, and we're like, that's hard. We should rap over that. And I was actually, in all honesty, I was like, maybe we'll cut that last part and save it for the album and just have it end before the beat change. But
or even do like a promo clip.
Just something like that. I was thinking like maybe just like a short little single. And then Malcolm flew down and we finished it, and that was really again us. That's why it feels like that. We're in the same room. We're recording stuff. I'm Wes. We're both writing our first 4 bars or whatever that we have. I'm like, Wes is like, this is a random anonymous. I'm stating the obvious. Like, you write those joints, and then I come back with mine. I'm literally sitting down. Wes is recording. I'm writing my 4. Let me get up.
Y'all are doing the back and forth thing.
Yeah,
like
we're punching in. We're punching in. I sit down. Wes switches. And then he sits down, I switch.
That's a great.
And that's how we like finished it. That's literally how we were writing it and finished it. And that's why stuff sounds like. That's why it sounds like that, because we're actually having a conversation on the record. Like, we put our conversation on record. And, like, another reason, too, for me for that song is not only is it cool for me and Wes to link up like that, it just feels like Nashville, bro. Everything we said in that, like, with our, like, group of, like, kind of just what we're on. Like, it's just all Nashville, bro. Like, house parties and functions are popular here. Rapping is a popular thing. Music and musicality, the way it's a trap type of beat, modern whatever, it's a weird beat. And then it switches to a live bass, and Malcolm plays a live bass, comes in, it has a beautiful piano refrain, and then it slaps back to something hard. Like, that is Nashville, too. It's like a bunch of different types of stuff going on here, and
there's no boxes anymore.
Yeah, it
just in general, but especially
it's
here.
no boxes. It just feels like, like people, people don't pay attention here for from the rest of the country for a reason. Like, I didn't know it was here either, but it's like y'all have to start paying attention, bro. It's like that is a hard song, and I love what we're saying, and that feels like me and my friends being outside and going to Capri or going to Standard Proof or something, or going to a show or linking up at a homie's house. That's just what that joint sounds like to me. We play Travis, and we also play De La Soul.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And like, we also love Nas, and we also love
Bette Midler,
Playboy Cardi or something. Yeah, like, we really like, it's a mix of a bunch of things, and it felt good, and it feels like what we have going on right now. And from being away for 2 years, it's like, I just want to give people something that they could just enjoy outside, that they could just like live to. I don't want you to like fully sit down with me yet and have a conversation, but I do want you to like feel good and feel happy.
Don't Marvin's Room me right now.
Yeah, not right now.
Yeah,
At some point
later,
I will.
I'm
going to.
First jump, nah.
But yeah, not right now. I just need to come back and say, hey, I'm back, and like, I have a really good song for y'all, and y'all go out, bump it in your car your way to the party, or
so are you in rollout
whatever.
mode right now? Like,
are
you kind of in rollout mode right now?
Sort of. We're still kind of finishing some stuff up. We're finishing the mixing up. But I'm just I wanted to really just put this one out, just to kind of be like, let's just put this one out. Let's make it a separate thing. Let me just come back and just get acclimated to like putting stuff out. Let me like build that like relationship with everybody again.
And
of like, I'm back outside.
Setting who you are now. Like,
exactly.
This is the starting point for me now.
Exactly.
It's like all that other stuff. Like, it's my past, but like we're
for
like,
sure.
It felt like it wasn't like a gut punch, but like it was like a smack. Being
I
like,
appreciate it,
this
bro.
is it right here.
I appreciate it. Yeah, like everything I say in the verse, like I feel like I'm the guy. People see me, I smile. I'm happy to see everybody. I'm about to be clean. I'm stepping out with steez. I'm clean every time I'm outside. Like, it's also like a good, this is who I am. You know what I mean? Like, besides just the verses are hard, it's also like, I'm just talking about being outside in Nashville. That's literally what I'm talking about. And it just, again, it feels like the city for me. I know there's a lot of different, again, pockets and stuff going on, but for me and like the homies and where we're at right now,
in our world, this is it.
That joint just feels like us. You know what I mean? Like, we were in New York. I took a trip to New York with the homies earlier this year, and like, we were just smacking that joint the whole trip, and we our Uber drivers playing into the car. Everybody's heard it for the first time. People are like, "Oh snap!" And it just feels like us, bro. And like, I think it's important to talk about yourself, talk about stuff you like, talk about deep things, but it's also important to just like be able to harness like the energy of what your life looks like into something that people can hear, bro. And just have fun. Yeah, and just have fun with it.
I take myself too seriously sometimes.
Yeah.
Like, way too seriously.
Yeah.
Yo, hell yeah.
Yeah.
I think a lot of it came from being like, for people to take us seriously now, we got to take ourselves seriously first and show that we're about it. And then I think it's not necessarily an unlearning process, but it's just adding that other notch, being like, okay, like, now I got to refine my childhood in me and all that.
For sure. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, there's more on the album and there's more, vibes and stuff, but I'm just trying to be honest. And again, this honestly, that's me outside, and that's how I feel when I step outside with the guys. So yeah.
What do you have coming up? Like, do you have shows coming up in the future, or any? Like,
we definitely
probably not any release dates, anything, but
we have a window that we're talking about. We don't have like a full on release date, but we got some stuff happening in the background, some really good stuff. So we're trying to like kind of ride that out and see what could or what may not happen with that. But we have a window for sure. Definitely next year. Definitely probably early side of next year.
There'll be another single.
Yeah, there's going to be definitely another single, maybe another one after that. We're kind of just riding it out and just seeing what's good with it. And like, I think where we're both at right now, like, we're just trying to have fun with it, bro. Like, put the single out. I love promoting it. I love talking about it. It's dope that you hit me up, and I appreciate you hitting me up, bro, for to talk, and like that's awesome too. And we're just want to ride the wave of just what's going on and just follow our gut instinct, because that's kind of what we've been doing for the last year, and I feel like that's what's like brought in a lot of good energy, good opportunity.
It's crazy how your gut, like I just started realizing gut feelings within the last like 4 years or so. And it's wild how like some of that shit will just be like, it was the right call, it was the right thing.
Yes.
You have no idea, and just whatever drifted and got you there is like, all right.
Yeah, you just know it's right. You just know it's right, and it feels good. Like it feels good. Making the music that feels right. It just feels right. Like doing it like this feels right. And yeah, I got a lot to say, and you know, Malcolm has a lot to say too in the production and the instrumentation and stuff. And yeah, I just want to give people a body of work that just feels like myself and also feels like Nashville, and I just hope people are able to like relate to it and, you know, live to it. Yeah, we just want to do it justice. So I think that's like the number one thing, is just making sure we do it justice. So yeah. My guy. Thanks for having me.
Thanks, brother.
Bro.
Malk, thanks. Hey, I'm going to want you on one of these too. We're going to have to
Yes,
get you
sir.
on one of them.
Yes, sir. That was a lot of fun, bro.
Yeah, man. That's how it is. And that's how it is.
Fire.
Like that. Yeah.
That was great, bro. Great convo, bro.